Okay, you faithful few, can you hear me okay? Okay. Alright. Hello everyone. A bit quiet, am I? Alright, let's have a look at that. It's really annoying. My microphone is just not very good. Is that a bit better? It's as high as I can get it just now. Yeah, you probably heard me 3 times because I had it playing through my iPad as well. Right. You like the view? So, where are we even going to start this? I've been figuring this out for like a week now in terms of what I need to do. Okay. Ham and eggs. Hello. Right. What I'm gonna do is I'll take you. I don't know how squared away any of you are regarding what my plan is with this. But the idea is that this is a just uncharted territory, right? And I'm just going to industrialize the countryside. That's my main objective here, my main plan. Everything is based around the port. So it involves a fair bit of driving, and the mine site that we have is up in this corner here. Obviously through the streams and the various shorts and things, we've already created a road and we've leveled out a pad, and today what we're going to do is just get rid of all this debris and turn it into some sellable commodities such as gravel and sand, and then we can start work over the next couple of weeks completely strip mining this entire hillside into what's going to be just a massive coal mine, and we can really bring in some quite hardcore equipment. So why can I not hear my own? Hearing myself a lot. Give me 2 seconds here. Hearing a lot of myself. Massive. That's better. Have you got both streams open, Dano? So I've got 3 more conveyors sitting down at the yard, so what I need to do first is probably just get our trucks, get those start to be sent down there, and then we can just move forward from there. Has anyone had any time to play around with FS Miners gear, like the crushers and screeners? It's actually really quite fun. Hopefully I won't You can't hear me? Let me just see. I'll wait for the comments to catch up, but I'll see what I can do with my settings. I can't really turn my microphone up without it peaking. You just let me know if you can you hear me with the machinery in the background. I'll just leave it a couple seconds. Mr. Tubi, hello. Welcome. Am I being heard on the vertical stream? Can you hear me? Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, until I hear back that you can or cannot hear me again, I'll just continue as I was planning to. Just going to get these things turned around. I need to do an auto drive course for them as well. Yeah, Dan, it's just my microphone, mate. It's cheap. I'll try and turn the gain up a wee bit, but I'm always concerned about this because it will start peaking. What about now? No. It's way too much. Let's see if that's any better. What I'll do is I'll just turn the game volume down very slightly as well. It's already at 1%, that's great. Now you see I've got a really decent microphone here, you know, on a proper stand, and it's well suspended so it doesn't really pick up anything except the fact that I live on an active dock site and it mounts to my table so it rattles a lot, so it's just unusable. Even if I compress it and take all the use noise gates and all this kind of stuff, it just never works properly. So it's currently sitting in a wardrobe, which is very frustrating, so it wasn't exactly cheap either. Is it any better, Dano? Can you hear me? Much more than last? Or not at all? Is there much change? Not much better. Oh, great. So it's difficult to work this out when you kind of you're not streaming. So if I turn the gain up slightly here, see what that does. God, it seems like a lot though. Right. Don't want to turn noise suppression off either. Try and move it closer to my mouth, maybe that might help. Yeah, there's not much more I can do on my side. Just for God's sake, I'll try and mute it if I have to cough, because it's going to blow your eardrums out. Hey, oh, one thing's right, that's good. So how's everyone been today? Kind of strange talking to myself, but talking to you. Just making sure the vertical's all squared away. Interesting. Right, anyway, let's get these trucks going. And this Oshkosh is a bit of a pain in the backside, so we'll get that one going first. You caught up with your spraying. It's nice to see. I've been chatting to a lad down in Northamptonshire about picking up a harvest season with him. He's got 1,200 acres and apparently like half his staff walked out. So we'll see about that. But I'm trying to negotiate my start time with him because I don't want to miss the Island Show or the kind of Logging League, FSG and Argsy kind of meeting up in Edinburgh, those kind of things. So we'll see. One way or another. I'll be driving tractors this summer. Remember what I'm doing. while we're waiting for this. Yes, I'm using Terrafarm, Len. This is a like a mining specific one you can get off FS Miners website. It works really well. I won't be doing a huge amount. Oh, where are you going? I won't be doing a huge amount of Terrafarm today because I've got a lot of stuff on the ground ready to just scoop up, but I might give it a wee bash a bit later on. I'm just going to get these guys down to the road's end. Would you like my road? This was done using Terrafarm. Actually, in fact, all of it has been. It's been good fun. So I'm using a mixture of Realistic Gaming Crews, RGC's mods, and FS Miners for the majority of this build, purely because they work really well together. The RGC mods are they give me quite a few additional fill types and a few more productions, which are really cool. Yeah, Len, it's mostly kind of independent modders and stuff. Oh, I've lost my trucks. It's mostly independent modders that have been updating Terrafarm recently. You know, I'm still really surprised that there's a ton of YouTubers still. Let me just get back up here, find where this truck's gone. Are you doing all the way over there? Actually, hold on. Let's just get rid of this. Take a bit of an off-road cut. Yeah, so that a lot of the modders are kind of holding on just to try and find out what's going to go on with the new game, I suppose. But I'm really surprised that there's still so many of them that aren't, you know. You know, Grainman pushed out 2 map reviews today. It was quite impressive. One of which has got a mine in it, underground mine. I'm just not entirely sure about it. It feels a bit claustrophobic, actually. The map, it's almost like in a caldera of a volcano. Just everything feels a bit squashed in. Anyway, I'll get these guys moving, or the last 2, and then we'll start setting up machinery. Now I'm kind of looking forward to progressing on this save a little bit more. There's a few things that I want to try and achieve, one of which is the whole cranes and buildable wind turbines and all that kind of stuff on this save. This is the map I use for most of the testing of that. Right, you come here. I don't want you going that way. It's actually okay. Some of the early Yukon valleys had underground coal mines and stuff, and they worked quite well. You just have to make the kind of cavity big enough so it doesn't start triggering your camera to clip and crop. Mrs. Professor, hello. Thank you very much for letting me know about my volume last time. That's we've been having a few issues with it earlier on, but I've cranked it up to 40 million. So hopefully you guys are hearing me okay now. Right, what are we gonna do here? Park you out of the way. So these screeners are great fun. Right. So I'm using one of these mobile kind of cheaty PTO shaft driven things here to run this overloading station. They're kind of cool. This one's electric, so I'm gonna have to find a way to charge this eventually. I'll get him out of the way just now. Start moving this stuff. Now, some of the reversing noises on these are a bit strange, so I do apologise in advance. But I reckon we've got a good couple million litres of material here to put through the plant, so that's a good start all the same. And then, depending on how much we get clear, we'll start looking at building out a yard, placing some buildings. I've only got 160 grand left though, so we might have to sell some stuff first. Just trying to keep my eye on the vertical stream just to make sure everything's in frame. It's a really weird aspect ratio. Twisted, hello! Thank you very much for dropping a like, that's great. This one's quite horribly noisy. It's got a very strange bell on it. But I'm running all of these with conveyors because I've found, well, I'm running 2 of them with conveyors because I've found they're easier. The kind of trigger points are a bit strange. Now this does get a little bit messy, I've found. I'm going to run that through a conveyor, yes. So I managed to break like 4 keys on my keyboard today. The left cursor switch is now gone, which is a little bit frustrating, especially with all the spelling mistakes I make when I write. That should do. So it's a 13-minute trip to get to the kind of the machinery yard. Hence why I really want to get this thing built out as soon as possible, and I can do all that stuff off camera. Let's just move this boy out of the way. Probably run auto drive with him a bit later. But these overload stations, it's a private mod, this one. It's from RGC's kind of server. And I really wish it wasn't because it's superb. I can't find them in 22. These were really good in 19. Right. Did you watch the Grand Prix, Ed, at the weekend? Or anyone? Hello, why? Welcome along. My first official comment in the regular stream. Thank you very much. Or the vertical stream. Whichever one it is. Hopefully this algo starts picking up a wee bit. It's interesting, the kind of results I'm getting for the viewers. I think I need to update my short game. I've been trying to get 1 video out a day, but it's kind of, even editing shorts is time consuming. Now forgive me for what you're about to witness. The jank on this is pretty extreme. See? Oh, silly cricket. It's weird. The various search engine gods have been telling me to get into cricket recently, ever since you and I started conversations about it, and that's all I get now is targeted ads for 2020 or T20 or whatever it's called these days. Just gonna have to move that trailer, and then we'll just jump straight over to, well, crash into my loader and then jump straight over to the port and get these other conveyors loaded up. Yeah, I was quite surprised about this, whatever it is, competition in New York, the T20. I was quite surprised. Oh, it was Sky Go, that was it. Sorry, not Google. Nicked my sister's Sky account details to watch the Grand Prix, and ever since then I've been getting targeted ads for 2020. Right, I'm going to move that conveyor. I don't need it there. I need it forward one. Which means I need to move everything else. Frustrating. No, this isn't unfolded either. So what I should be getting out of this is stones go in to create crushed stone, and then they come out of this red one to create rubble, and then the rubble goes into the screener to create gravel, sand, and a third, which of course I can't remember at the moment. So oh, there we go. Let's first truck back. Let's see if the Oshkosh made it. That's the dodgy one. Its steering's either like full left or full right. There's no kind of granular. Do want a bit of space between these ones. Stone chips, that's the other one. Just in case you're hungry. Right. They're all here. Love it. They all made it. I'm gonna see if I can stack them though, because I don't really want to bring that Oshkosh back. Lives down here. I don't have any other really heavy machinery to take down. Stop. Stop. My god, Nightbot's awake. Haha. I did not expect that. I've not touched this in 2 weeks. Watch this for a 20-point turn. Don't. No, missed it. Oh well. So I'm really hoping we start to get more, you know how we get, for like the lawnmowers and stuff, you can get the animated little avatar that walks beside or behind them. I really hope we can do a lot more of those in the next game for things like this. You know, some laddie walking behind with a remote control would be amazing. And then, you know, my personal favourite, which is going to be some form of like a shepherd or herdsman mod, where you can actually have the cattle running in front of you. You can kind of steer them like a big weird train. No idea if this is going to work, but I am too lazy to make a third trip. Yeah. Right, this is dangerous. Prepare yourselves. Oh, couldn't have made that up. Bit of an overhang now. Let's just get that one going. Why, that was complete fluke luck. I am never usually that lucky or fortunate. You should have seen the ones that I moved over in my test. They were everywhere. I managed to fling one of the trucks about 25 miles away. This is quite a good low loader for that though. Yes, congratulations for beating Nightbot, Ed. It's a tricky proposition these days. I was, you know, FSG stream last night, they were like buses, they were just coming in threes. Just at really inopportune times as well. Right, we're nearly there. The only reason I've got these is the screeners, the screener conveyors are quite low, so the pile that it gives you isn't the most amazing. Tresor, hello, welcome along. Thank you for joining. You joined at a great time where I'm tempting fate by loading these things onto trailers. Alright, make sure he's turned off. Actually no, let's not be lazy, let's park him. Yeesh. Crash him, sorry, crash him. Yeah, I'm so unsure about this because the kind of, they look like kind of rust bubbles in the texture, but it's not really. It's just sadly a poor texture. And I can't find the actual low loader that goes with this truck either. It's got a great big wide tank transporting low loader, which I just can't find for the life of me. Nice looking thing. Yeah, fortunately I try and do all the moving of machinery off stream. Well, this is my second only stream, so off stream, but they make relatively entertaining time lapses for the shorts that I've been doing, so I've been keeping most of the convoy stuff here, but it was only last minute I decided that I needed more conveyors. And you know, hell, it's something to put in the stream, I suppose. Right, let's go and see what's going on up here. Let's take my wee buggy down. Oh, Nightbot, I forgot you had that one. Really cringeworthy. So the amount of reading I've done this week about like how the algo works, my brain is absolute mush as a consequence. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on. Yeah, Len, the algorithm that puts your videos in people's inboxes and their suggested trays and recommended videos, etc. You know, thanks to FSG with this kind of subscriber spike, I would have expected the algorithm to take that into consideration, but I'm quite surprised I've only got four folk watching on the live just now on the vertical, from what I can see. Because I usually, you know, the shorts that I put out, they usually ramp up to kind of 200, 300 views within the first 60 minutes. It melted my brain, like, absolute mush. Where are my trucks? Miles away. Right. Let's see if I can get them. They're only doing 60. That's kilometers as well. It was just for the really heavy stuff kept on falling over. That one's 83, that's good. Hey, good to see you in the other stream. That's good. So I promised myself to stream tonight. I made myself the commitment. I was like, FSG's away. Wednesday night I can do something. And then when I was getting this ready, because I was away, I was kind of busy all day. So I tried to get this like set up mostly in the morning. And every time I pressed like stream on OBS, it just crashed straight to desktop. And I was just pulling my hair out trying to figure it out. And finally I got it working. I put a test stream up, and I have not touched it since. So according to OBS, the stream's been running for 7 hours now. But obviously we're only a few minutes in, which is fine by me. Yeah, so am I. Very glad I got it sorted. How's Terrafarm working for you on the Yukon server on Argsy's one, Amanex? Is it getting a bit more? You were wanting to do the leveling and the road building last we talked. God, I need to do my noise gate. You can hear me swallow. trains haven't run in a while actually. Don't know if I've broken the save or anything. Oh, as soon as I take over driving. Oh, that's good. Was that the... That was the mining Terrafarm, wasn't it? That I sent you. I can't remember now. Feels like a year ago. Anyway, so I spent the best part of my afternoon when I got back was setting up a mining server for FSG's community. We're not quite there yet, but they've got some pretty big plans with it, and it's so far so good, looking pretty cool. There's probably a good couple of thousand hours lying in there somewhere for someone. Hey Cher, thanks for joining. It's good to have you. I remember you from the stream last night. Yeah, definitely made this whole road wide enough, eh? Keep on forgetting to put the auto drive route in. I'll do that once I've got the yard cleared. Guess what, Ed? I watched one of your Let's Plays earlier when I was waiting for the timer to tick down. Very good, man. Shame you stopped that. Got a good voice for YouTube, unlike me. Right, I suppose there's ain't nothing to it but to do it now. We can just get started, hopefully. You know what, Carpathian Countryside's not one I've really spent much time on, actually. Are you talking about, oh god, that... most of this mining equipment is, that's perfect there actually, is from this chap here, FS Miner. PC only, to the most part. He does have stuff for console, but because we're mining using Terrafarm, obviously it's a PC only mod. But you can check him out. I think it's fsminer.net, but the easiest thing to do is just Google FS Miner. He's got a really good YouTube channel as well. He creates most of these mods himself. He's got a couple of servers on his Discord. I did. I watched the last one you did. You're talking about having too many bales, which made me giggle considering what you've been doing in the Homeworld farm. My sweet summer child, little did you know. Right, I'm gonna have to cheat here a wee bit. Go the wrong way. And unload here I'll have to do later. Thank you very much, Ed. You have any idea what those bounding boxes are above the grader? Like right up in the sky? Are those light points? Strange. The thing I said to someone the other day was this kind of operation takes ages to set up, but 10 times as long to actually achieve anything. You'll see for yourself in a minute. It's hence one of the reasons I've got that big overload station. I fully expect to see a lot of fill types on the ground before the day is over. Yeah. Excuse me. Right, I'll get this parked away. In fact, I know what we'll do. We'll just send it back. I don't need it for a while. We'll set up an auto drive route for that truck. Ooh. There's 17 whole people watching on the regular view. That's awesome. Never expected to get even that many on the regular view this time around. No, so this is so the trainer's on the backcountry map that RGC make, and that's going to be the basis of the mining server for FSG. I don't know. It's the thing about this map. I really like it for farming, and I really like it as a kind of start from scratch. You can literally build your own town, and that's probably on my to-do list. But it's kind of expanding just the fact that you can do anything really on any map with some of these with some of these mods, and it's really quite cool. No idea why I put my AD point right past the entrance there. Now the other thing I really want to do, and it's going to be a long stream, it's going to be like an all day stream, is getting one of these wind turbines built with the crane, for sure. If you haven't checked that out, have a wee look for Jeremy Brown on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I have sunk dozens of hours getting those cranes set up. But that'd be that would actually be quite a good stream, getting one built from start to finish. But you got to move all the ballast in yourself for the crane. You got to move the tracks in your just endless. It does take realism to a whole new level though, and the fact that you can do that and things like the trains now on Farm Sim is just crazy. You've had issues with placeables and fencing using in-game Terrafarm, the terraforming in the construction menu, this one. Because that's why I now favour Terrafarm, right? Is I find being able to manipulate the ground a lot easier using Terrafarm and a machine than using the kind of in-game editor now. Right. It's crazy, right, Len? It's insane. I must try and load up one of my old saves. I did a thing not too long ago. I think Ed and Dano might remember this, but I was trying to do a feedlot, a 10,000 head of cattle feedlot using Maize Plus. And it was more of a test of the game, how much course play and auto drive can be active at any one time. And I think during that, like feeding and watering my animals on a morning was like 19 separate auto drive courses running, and about 22, 23 vehicles. I've maintained this for ages, right? So as much as I love Giants for what they've done, they've given us this game, and this game is arguably excellent. The modders have just changed it completely. You know, kind of outsourcing DLCs. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it starts to grind my gears a wee bit. Like, Creative Mesh are good, but I feel that Giants are kind of better. Like, Straw Harvest was a bit of a sham, and then that latest production one was just a... I can't even say it politely. A few of you might know what I'm going to say. Right, on. That's on. I've still got something running here. There we go. Right, so let's quickly do the auto drive for this, and we can just get moving. What do I want? That's a difficult placement, actually. Let's not do it there. I'll just use my tractor for all of it. Yeah, so I ended up with that 10,000 head feedlot. I ended up with the big TMR mixer that FSG was using last night, but modded to like 600, 800%. And then that in turn was there was another mod inside there. What was it again? Oh goodness, I wish I could remember now. There was another mod inside of that that helped me with the distribution of it, and then essentially the trucks would just roll under, and I was using like full-blown belly dump articulated trucks, semi-trucks, to move all my TMR. I'll just fold this up, it's easier to move. No, that'll do. Only a scratch. Might do him at a bit of an angle, see what happens. Leo goes fishing. Hello, welcome. Glad you can join us. I'm just preparing to fail just now on my attempt at getting this plant set up. That might just have to do. I'm trying to reverse this with the massive tractor is probably not the best thing in the world. Tell you what, Dano and Ed, I really miss my manual attach at the moment for some reason. I was absolutely sure I didn't want to have realistic, like proper realistic kind of gameplay mods on this because it just beefs it up, the game, too much. But kind of miss it just now. It was a bit cheaty having to just press Q. Alright, now let's get all this stuff out of the way. Or some of it. know I'm gonna have to put realistic. I'm gonna have to put the what you call it, the damage mod, the workshop palette one. What's that called again? Oh, I do have a truck here. That's good. Hey, more than welcome to move to horizontal stream. I think that's where the party's happening just now. When I say party, yeah, that's what I do for FSG as well. I generally just keep the regular stream with audio. Which one's first, actually? Because I turned on the vertical first this time. Realistic damage, thank you. Like I said, brain is mush. Actually, that's good planning. We will be needing this shortly. Realistic repair, realistic damage. Potato, tomato. That's good. The first step on this is always horrible. Hey, nice. Give me another one. I'm gonna force it. Need a new keyboard. OVLDR. Tip. You don't need to talk to me about only having one screen at the moment. Last time I did a proper live stream I had 3 monitors and now I'm using 1, so I've kind of had to make everything super small and stackable. And the idea is just to plant ourselves here. One more. These are just temporary anyway, obviously. It was way more than that, I think. I think I went from 25 subs to 75 in 20 minutes. FSG did me a huge thing there by doing that. Just hope I can make it translate. Which one am I looking for again? That one. That's the harvester one. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, it's gonna... Collisions is gonna annoy me, isn't it? Yeah, I thought this was gonna be the case. Let's see if I can get over it. Len, you're spot on there. I can't quite understand the whole shorts thing either. Well, I can understand shorts, but streaming in vertical I don't understand. Essentially all I'm trying to achieve here is a little bit of an experiment, just seeing the numbers that FSG's been having on his streams. Now, bearing in mind he has 85,000 subs, 86,000 subs, but the number of conversions to subscribers he got on his live streams, on the vertical live stream, was insane. So as a little test, even with 23 members, I was like, okay, I'm going to stream vertical and see if I can replicate even 10% of his numbers. And then I realized quickly that I couldn't stream in vertical until I had 50 subs. And last night obviously was a kind of call to action to get 50 subs going. I've got a funny feeling this is not going to work, in which case we'll just do it slowly. Yeah, the numbers, like the folk who have watched my shorts compared to some of my longer form, why are you off kilter like that? Is it the turn's too tight? I need to bring the turn in a bit more. But there was someone that did tutorials on Autodrive, eh? I don't think this is going to work. I don't think so, Leo. Is that true? Because I can live stream. Oh, damn it! I can live stream on Shorts now with 50 subs. I'll double check that. You need 1,000. Well, you need 500 now to be monetized. And that's another thing with the just gonna have to do this manually, chaps. That's another thing I found with the shorts as well, is like some will do amazingly well. You know, I've got like one with 1,600 views, and it got 1,000 of those within the first 18 hours. But then I've got some on the flip side of that that got up to like 400 and pretty much just stayed there forever. But you know, like you think about like the first time FSG did a short stream, like a vertical stream, his numbers, you know, like he'll average 250 on a stream. In the normal way, he'll average 250 kind of concurrent viewers. And then when we looked at the vertical, numbers were like 50,000 views. Albeit they were only for like 30 seconds at a time, but 50,000 people scrolled through. And that converted to 300 extra subscribers. He's kind of essentially jumped nearly 2,000 subscribers in the last 14 days. It's insane. Right, shall I see if I know how to work this again? Hahaha. Downside of this mod, is every now and again you need to reload and reset. Because it inverts the bucket. Right. There we go. Do I have the reach to get out to you? I do. It's not the best use of... I'm using two different makes of joystick, and it doesn't help having the throws slightly different. So you're going to have to forgive me, this is going to be messy to start with. I don't know if there's a way around that, Leo. I don't know if you can get like an OBS type thing for your phone. bring this joystick a lot closer to me. Yes, I'm using my left-hand side. I'm using a side panel, one of the old Farm Sim side panels. Mine's so old it's made by Saytech, not even Logitech. Which has got a little kind of 3-inch joystick. And then I'm using a farm stick on my right-hand side, which is again superb. So I finally picked it up from FSG. This was my kind of thank you gift for doing Logging League last season, and it's been sat in his house for 8 months. That's good, nice full scoop. It's a good thing you can't see externally. All my tracks would be off the ground. Oh, that's what happens. I'll push that in with the bulldozer, as I found this this bucket I'm using doesn't have most of FS Miner's stuff. You can disable collisions on the bucket, so you can push it straight into the ground without it, you know, deforming or terraforming or anything like that. Which is super handy for scraping stuff off the ground, where this gets a bit janky. I'll give it a shot actually, but let's get this started first. So in here, engine on, shake, 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 that'll do. That's ready to go. That's ready to go, we'll start there. Oh yeah, you gotta pay for the privilege, don't you? Right, that is crushing, but badly. It's not quite aligned, which is slightly annoying. Might just give that a wee... You didn't see this. Little rugby shove. Right, let's get this one going. Are you going to behave? You are. Excellent. And are you going to behave? What are you doing? Oh, look at that, it's all working. Kind of. Did you run out already? Surely not. This is what I mean, it's trying to keep up. Oh no, you're full. What's going on here? Dirt's full already. That's not good. I forgot to unfold it. I need to empty this. There we go. And unload here. There we go, look at that. It's all working. Finally. Right, let's get to actual proper work now. I find Farm Sim Line to be equal measure therapy, or share, sorry, equal measure therapy and equal measure absolute bleeding frustration. Doesn't really have anything in between for me. But yeah, this kind of saved my lockdown for sure, Farm Sim. Been playing it a lot longer than that, obviously, but it's kind of kept my sanity quite a lot when I ended up being housebound. So we're going to have to start clearing out the piles in probably about 4 loads time, so let's just capitalise first of all. Closer, right here. Need to get that cab position saver mod put in. It's really annoying having to readjust my camera every single time I get in. Yeah, it's one of the more less toxic communities, certainly in gaming. You find yourself a small community. I think, like on a whole, some of these different communities are a bit one-sided. I'm not going to dig into anyone, but some of the let's say, oh, screw it, Farmers Only Club. I can't stand them. The concept's fantastic, same as like the Farm Sim Network was. Just the downside is the kind of, it's not toxic, it's just cliquey, you know. I remember joining Farmers Only Club and I kind of got ostracized. Not ostracized, it was weird, but you know, if I wasn't mates, you know, really frustrating. It doesn't stop tipping. Well, it's also quite realistic, I suppose. Oh, the grey dots under the bucket, that's some debugging points for Terrafarm. I can turn those off though. It's easier to show you those on the bulldozer though. So let me just turn them back on. So you can see them. Where's the easiest way to see them? So you can see them there. So whenever my kind of blade is touching material, it will start changing color on me, or it should do. So you can see the 3 red dots just around here, which means that only this side will be terraformed because it's not totally flat. But if I dump it right in, you can see they all go red. So it allows you to do some quite complex kind of flattening and things like that. It's the same with any machine that can handle Terrafarm will have those. But I digress. Let's get back to the task at hand, or else we'll be here for years. When I say we, I mean I, because I'll probably have to do quite a lot of this off camera. So 1 hour already, guys. Jeez. Yeah, I think I'll do this as a short follow-up. It's a great thing with these short time lapses, right? It's like 2,500 times speed increase for some of them. Swing on this is pretty brutal. This is the bit that's difficult. Getting a full scoop without the bucket collisions. 60% is okay enough, I suppose. Oh, 50%. There's also a bit of a buggy thing about this map. It doesn't have the correct terrain density for terraforming. So I'm kind of having to just make do. So I don't have all the fill types, for example, and I don't have all the textures, so I need to find an asphalt texture when I start doing proper roads. So 70% is worth it. Don't want to overfill them. Dirt might be full. Yep, dirt needs. Ugh. It's not what I wanted. Stones are quite heavy in this. So this is currently weighing 41 tons. So you do bounce around a bit. Let's see if that's far enough. Nope. Yes. No. One thing, well, I think it's the same with kind of the whole thing with Farm Sim, right, in general. Mr. Tooby, take care now. We'll see you soon. One of the whole things with Farm Sim is the depth perception. It's not so necessary, you know, probably necessary for bales, but not having it for like excavator work or logging work is kind of crazy. It just feels weird. Should really get another conveyor for the dirt pile, shouldn't I? You can see how quickly it kind of breaks up into its constituent parts, eh? Those are worth usually quite a lot of money. I don't know if I've got the sell points installed yet, but they're worth more than nothing. Just leave it parked underneath. Get shouted at for leaving my boom up like that. That's a good point. Let's turn off these nodes. Just that pile up in a second as well. Mm. There we go. When in doubt, just push right through. Oh. You're not able to get down to cereals this week, Dano? Oh, that'll be annoying. Just these really violent scoops I need to take now just to get a full bucket. Yeah, they are all kind of ridiculous. The only reason I kind of still go to the Highland Show is, you know, the lifetime membership thing. Spider crawling on my head. Oh, get off. Tell you what, that's got a bit of admin to do here, I think. My pals are also getting a bit full. What's the best way to look at this one? The bulldozing mechanics leaves a little to be desired, but eventually you get to where you want to be. You can make some really nice ramps, I've found, if you take your time. One of the big mining bulldozers is definitely on my list of things to get for this mine. Believe it or not, I'm calling this gigantic, great big machine. This is like my little baby hobby bulldozer. So I need to quickly change my aspect on the vertical so they can see what's going on. Yes. My name is not DJ, and I build ramps for making materials go higher and not jumping off them in a combine harvester at Mach 2. How is your first cut looking, Dano, by the way? So there's a weird mod conflict happening, and I think it's the same problem as what I get with my buckets when they become inverted on the excavators. But if I put my blade all the way up here, you'll see the posts are kind of shaking. And they were. Yeah, like that. It's really annoying. It's fine, the machine works, but... Yeah, this year's going to be a year for pretty wet matter. Pretty high moisture content in everything, I reckon. I wonder what the harvest's actually going to do. Won't be long for Yorkshire, eh? Bringing the crops in, surely. Even though you're not too further south, you're still much further south. We're kind of last in the year to do it. Where am I going? Five weeks? Yeah, what's that, end of July? And that pile will do just now. Just going to push this lot up as well while I'm here. Hopefully not get stuck. Getting stuck. No, no. You guys just ignore Nightbot, okay? Don't unsubscribe and resubscribe. Just stay as you are, okay? Last thing I want is like subscriber drops on my elbow. When do you have a break from cricket next, Ed? I miss playing with you on server. I did not want to do that. have to do. Not like it, sure. Good on you. Welcome back, Leo. No! Should have seen that coming. I'll put 2 more loads through it, I think, and then I'll have to deal with those piles. Apparently this weighs 100 tons. That can't be nearly right, can it? No way. 50 cube. Oh, I appreciate that, sure. You got a good community here with the kind of extended FSG community. There's always at least one of us kind of doing something, I suppose. Yeah, no, that's through the cab. Nothing to see here. See what I mean? It's just a bit janky. I make it? Nope. Make a mess, yes. I might just... Front loader is being used at the moment, so I might just use a 102 ton Caterpillar bulldozer just to move that pile from... clean up my mess. He is, man. He's a really good guy. I've got an awful lot of time for him. We've all met him now, haven't we, Dano and Ed? You guys were at Lama, weren't you? That's very close. Better to have overkill than underkill, mate. What was it again? Overkill is underrated, moderation is for cowards. Go big or go home. Damn it, missed. Oh my god. Scary. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. think I need to work on my keywords on the vertical stream for next time. What a mess I'm making. Right, last one and then we'll start piling them out. Looks like this has been bumped off target. Are you all full? You are. You're empty. Of course you're empty though, because it'll be this thing that's full. You're empty too. What's going on here? There we go. This. Grr. It's been a long time since FS22 came out and they haven't fixed that in any of the 3 updates that they've done. Screw it, one more load. Let's try and do this third person, shall we? I'm way too close though. I'll do. Yeah. I'll do. I'm scared now, making more of a mess. 60%. Could have made way more of a mess than that. Slowly onto the ramp. I love watching this entire plant all dust away, it's so cool. I have to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight, it's been good fun. Looking forward to doing this a little bit more often. Maybe not in July or August though, something tells me I'm going to be a busy boy. Need to learn how to use a Heston bale chaser, eh? Don't know. Not scary at all. Or the Heath, what's it, the Super Chaser. Oh, that's no problem at all. And yeah, I'll talk you through them. So you're referring to these machines here, right? So what we've got here is just an overload conveyor station. It's designed for sugar beets, I believe, originally. But that feeds into this, which is a crusher. So what this one does is it crushes stone into crushed stone and dirt. So it's a bit of a washer as well, supposedly. Then that goes into a Terex inline crusher screener. You can have this with more than one conveyor coming out, so it'll give you different products. But at the moment, all we're doing is turning crushed stone into rubble, which sounds a bit weird. It's like almost like a backwards, it's like a devolution of crushed stone. And then this big one here is a screener. So essentially, all this will do is run. You can kind of see them there actually. It will just run all the material through different size grids and turn it into different size. So we've got sand, we have, this is crushed stone I believe, or I forgot what it's called, and then that's gravel over there. Gravel and stone chips, so the bright white one is gravel and then that's stone chips there. It's kind of cool. These are mostly used for some of these, what they call it, the TP maps, the municipal kind of roadworking maps. That's generally where you'll find a lot of these. They're very common in quarry sites, but mostly screeners and a few crushers. I'm sure Dano's had a few loads of Type 2 or Type 1 in his career, same as me. And that all comes from plants like that, essentially. Sometimes a bit more industrial looking. But I don't think many people other than FS Miner are doing this on YouTube, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's an absolute nightmare to maintain. Like, it just gets full so quickly all the time. It's really good for multiplayer though. It's great fun. Like, trying to keep the plant running permanently in multiplayer is just so cool. So usually in a plant like this would be a couple of loaders like this size, even maybe slightly bigger, just constantly going from pile to pile, just keeping the bottoms empty. Whereas a fair does there. Don't think stock check will tell me. No. Wish it did though, that'd be good to know how much I've got on the ground. But eventually this entire yard, there'll be a couple weighbridges at the entrance, there'll be sheds, there'll be fuel tanks and workshops, and then just great big areas for all these different materials. I've got what they called again, the concrete dividers, these things, which you can get different shapes and sizes, so I'll make some of these and then you can just store all your goods in there. Be a bit like Dobby's garden centre, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's exactly it. Why? That's never good. That addition to the game, I've never enjoyed, adding like that pusher function to to wheel loaders. Ends up just making a huge mess. Need to do a bit of smoothing on that corner. Right, let's try and scoop this up so it doesn't completely ruin my setup. Oh, it's already ruined my setup, look. That's never good. So that's what happens if you do something silly like I've just done. So I'll get rid of the evidence. Get rid of the dirt first. And then I'll get to work on those stone chips. They'll need to be put into the red one. So it's easier said than done. And then we'll see what time we're at and then probably think about calling it a night. That's it. What is the old saying again? Man plans, God laughs. Now I'm going to have to do this in kind of 2 scoops, I think. Not 2 scoops, but like 2 different loads. Because I don't know if I'll be able to put it directly into here. Don't know why my farm stick's not working the way it's designed. There it is. Never mind. The light's kind of not on, so I don't know what mode I'm on. I didn't know, I was too busy not going to Llama, but Ed and Dano did, met up with the boss. It's not one I've ever been to actually. I suppose because we got Royal Highland Show, everything else kind of just disappears into the ether. I'll generally go to 3 events a year. I'll go to the Scottish Game Fair, the Royal Highland Show, and then there's a horse trials in a place called Blair Athol, which sadly it's the last year of it. It's been going on for nearly 200 years, and it's the last year of the Blair horse trials, which is going to be sad. I cut my agricultural teeth parking and towing horse boxes out of the mud there for quite a few years, every year. It's always good fun. Right, so now that this machine is no longer, something tells me that either the screener's turned off or it's full. So one of these piles is full. Or all of these piles are full. Sand. So let's see. We can just cheat it a wee bit. Haha. Make the pile moderately larger. And that at least gets my feet clear. Now we need to arrange for Highland Show next year, chaps. We'll do try and do like a big community meetup there. So it's going to be crappy without you. I know it's inopportune timing for most farmers, but so what am I doing? It's really good fun. And I've only been misbehaved there once in my entire life. I got caught sliding down the roof of the beer tent. That's no problem at all, Ham and Alex. I'm trying to figure out how to neatly do this without killing my machine. Don't think there is a neat way to do this. I'm gonna have to just make another pile. What view is that? My goodness. Right. Are you coming this year, Dano? I must have completely lost my mind. I seem to remember. I know Ed was busy, but I didn't think you could get away. Oh no, of course, you're coming up for the Friday and Saturday, aren't you? Or the Saturday and Sunday, one of the two. I remember now, you booked a hotel. Oh, hold on 2 seconds, guys. Sweet. Right, guys, check this out. So, I just had to look at my phone for a second, so I just tabbed out. But I'm looking at the stream, the vertical stream. So, it's had 91 views. Sorry, excuse me. It's had 91 views since it started. And people have been watching for an average of 6 minutes. So overall, I'm not too upset about that. It's not terrible at all. Oh, can't wait, Dano. It's gonna be good fun, mate. The whole family, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not too upset with that, Ed. Because obviously I can see just from the stream that I've got running how many actual viewers there are. But, you know, the thing about shorts, right, is people's attention spans aren't that long. 6 minutes is pretty amazing for a short. Like FSG, you know, the 50,000 views that he had on his stream, the average was like 32 seconds, so 6 minutes is pretty damn good. Nice, Dano. Well, we'll definitely, I think if the plan currently stands, I'm going to do Friday with FSG, and we'll try and get most of the nerdy vlog stuff out the way, so we can focus on Saturday being an actual meetup. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, we'll have a corner of John Deere that we can meet folk in, which would be really cool. I got my members badge a couple of days ago, so I now have all my bits and pieces. The only thing I have to do is get parking. I need to do that tomorrow, actually. Parking for 4 days. I'm just going to leave my car in there, so if I need somewhere to sleep, which is possible on the Thursday and Friday night. Absolutely no issues whatsoever, man. It's been great having you along, Truzer. I never got into ATS. I used to play Euro Truck quite a bit, but without the proper gear, like keyboard and mousing a Euro Truck Simulator is just a bit weird. Never really had fun with it. And the only steering wheel I had was from the heavy equipment bundle, and you know what that's like to drive a normal vehicle. Once tried to play, what was it, WRC or something, using a heavy equipment steering wheel. It's quite amusing. It's as clean as I'm going to get that, I think, for the time being. 8 minutes, we'll get another. I'll try and clear this path down. You know what? It's midges. I've got midges in my room now. I left my window open too long. Right, I need to go back into the cockpit. I can't do this without seeing what I'm doing. Out of the cockpit again, so I can, yeah, that's fine. You've seen the videos online with like guys opening like bottles and stuff with the excavators. Some of the attachments that the road guys have now for like the wheeled excavators are just insane. G920 truck style shifter. Oh, a proper like full on Eaton shifter, is it? That's really cool. I've always looked at those like Eaton shifter mods that you could get and kind of had a wee fantasy about setting up a proper sim pit for Truck Simulator, but to be honest, Farm Sim and Flight Sim always got in the way. I have far too much kit as it is. The annoying irony is I sold my dual joysticks, my T16000s, like 4 months ago. And then of course I got right back into logging and mining again. No, don't move like that. I'll find a better way to overload this. It's working okay though, hey? Don't know if it's filling though. You're full. Are you full? See, sometimes troubleshooting these things is a bit... There we go. Wasn't turned on, that'll be why. Need to move him in. What about this one? Have you stopped as well? Yeah. Well, this is leaving me with some good piles of material to get a couple of shorts done. To be honest, this pile's almost getting to the point where it's just a wheel loader job. Eaton is it's 4/4, isn't it, with a splitter? Can't remember. We don't really call them Eaton shifters here. We've got like just the names of different types of gear shift patterns rather than the manual. Oh no, don't do that. Oh, good scoop. Ah, don't spill. Oh, Amy's here. I completely forgot about that. How are you doing, Amy? Sorry to forget about you. Oh my god. Any good piles left? Alright, last one. Oh, we're doing okay here. Just getting the hang of this whole stream thing. Yeah, there's not much left. Good shift. We've only got massive piles still to go. But the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can move to proper mining mode. Yeah, I'm not doing as good as I would like, but we're getting there. It's side panel. The good thing is my side panel's been overused like so much that it's really super loose. So it's not exactly a difficult one to try and get your your feeling into. All right, we'll just let these run out. Run out. Shut her down. One's run out. And look at that, 1624 in game. So it's a good day's work. And that one's run out. Oh, there he is. Please tell me that you are... Please tell me that you are watching this from the lobby of the party that you're attending this evening, FSG, because that would be great. That made my life super happy. You are just in time for the kind of end. I'm going to regroup with you probably tomorrow and talk about the analytics of this because it's interesting viewing. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, we've done a fair bit today. It's been trial and error. But thank you for stopping by. Yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, and hope you come and join me the next time I put one live. Keep your eye out for the next couple of shorts and time lapses that are coming out, because that will be me completing this job, and we'll get it all squared away, and then hopefully next live stream we'll do some mining. It's gonna be good fun. But until then, thanks a lot, and I'll catch you a wee bit later on.